We're taking a look at a Babazorro tactic today, so let's check it out. This one is called El Muro Babazorro 541. Basically, I'm assuming it is meant to be based on the Alaves team. You can see a huge wall right there, El Muro, of 5 players, 2 Segunda Volantes in front of them. The only information on the Steam Workshop where I got this from is a single image of the Alaves team, basically, and how it's set up. Unfortunately, no description, no comments, no discussion on anything about the tactic itself, but we will take a look at the tactic a little more in depth at the end of this video. But first, we are going to see how it does for our 3 teams of Liverpool, Aston Villa, and our championship side of Ipswich Town. So first, let's head up to the Premier League. Well, I will say in these tactic talks that we've done, usually higher defensive tactics don't seem to work for Liverpool, but this time around, 91 points, handily winning the league over Arsenal's 77. 94 goals, looks like it's the top, the only one in 90s and only one in 80s, above 80. So overall, a fantastic job by Liverpool this season. Aston Villa, however, you do get Europa League, but lying in 8th place, 61 points, 60 goals, probably not the best of seasons. Domestic cups for Liverpool, though, unfortunately ending their run in the semi-finals against Aston Villa. Away from home, you got 0-1, and then at home, you got a 0-0. But FA Cup quarterfinals is where you drop out against Newcastle. And unfortunately, they only get the single Premier League trophy, and that is it. They drop out of the Europa League quarterfinal stage against Atalanta. They just don't do well in the cups. But overall, a fantastic outing in the Premier League. First place, 91 goals or 91 points is well above Arsenal's second place. Unfortunately, in all the cups, I mean, they got to the quarters of the Europa League, they got to the quarters of the FA Cup, they got to the semis of the Carabao Cup, but you didn't win a single one of them. But as we take a look at their squad, you can see a sea of green right there. Goals, 22 for Salah and Nunez, and then all the way jump down to 12 for Szoboszlai. Assists, 19 for McAllister. Fantastic there. And then average rating, you get a 7.45 for Kane. He's a fantastic backup goalkeeper and never gets a lot of appearances. But 7.26 for Trent is still pretty good. Well, Aston Villa did beat, as we saw, Liverpool in the Carabao Cup semis. They got to the finals and they won the final over Bournemouth 3-0. They got to another cup final in the FA Cup against Newcastle, funny enough, but unfortunately losing out 0-1. But then they get to Europe and they have a fantastic run there. They win the Europa Conference League final 3-0 over Lille. So 2 trophies and a runner-up. Pretty nice. Aston Villa's performance this season was pretty much the absolute opposite of Liverpool. Awful in the league, but you have 2 trophies and a runner-up. So I don't know what happened between these 2 teams, but Liverpool getting the best out of the Premier League, Aston Villa getting the rest of it. And yes, I know Conference League versus Europa League, but still, they got the trophy, Liverpool didn't. This is the funny part about Aston Villa. Usually, if they do a fantastic job, even in a couple of competitions and not some others, the average rating just isn't there. But overall, you can see 24 goals from Moussa Diaby, Zaniolo with 20. Not bad at all. 16 assists for Matty Cash, 14 for Digne, and then average rating got, well, again, Robin Olsen, the backup goalkeeper, 7.65, but Zaniolo with a 7.20. Data hub for Liverpool, attacking wise through the absolute roof, dribbling wise too, so definitely a dribbling tactic here. And then if you look at Aston Villa, a lot less numbers, they're just above Premier League average, dribbling still through the roof though. And as we look at the Premier League stats, Liverpool in first, clearly heads above the rest, 94 goals to Arsenal 76. Aston Villa all the way down in 8th place with 60. Fewest shots against Liverpool in first with 210. Aston Villa does make the mark with 6th place. Most possession not there. Dribbles made though, however, Liverpool in first was 781. Aston Villa second place was 738. No tackles, they are there. Aston Villa in 3rd place, Liverpool in 7th. I guess because of that back 5, you got to have the tackles won, but still 881 to 909. Fantastic job there. Best pass completion, Liverpool in 5th with 89, Aston Villa with 88 in 7th. And then most shots for it, Liverpool in first with 615 to Aston Villa's 478. Well, for some reason, I've always been starting out here. You could see Ipswich Town losing out in the playoff final against Southampton 1-0. That one could have gone any different way. But if we look at the league table, they do end up in 5th place. Not a bad place to end up at all. 88 goals, 94 points. You're only 4 points off of 3rd place. Not bad. I mean, you're a little bit a ways from 2nd for automatic promotion, but still possibly could get those 6 points out of, 8 losses and 10 draws. It's doable. So through the cup run, 2-3 loss in Carabao Cup 4th round over Colchester, but still not a bad run. I mean, they beat Chelsea in the 2nd round and Wolves in the 3rd, 5-1. Jeez, that was very well done. Unfortunately, not able to get past Colchester, but FA Cup 4th round against Luton, 1-3. So overall, 5th place in the championship is fantastic. We have seen tactics that have done better, but still, they're in the playoff run. That's good enough. FA Cup, 4th round against Luton Town, not great. Carabao Cup, you've got some fantastic wins in there, but still, just knocked out in the 4th round. Squad-wise, looking kind of like Aston Villa's, I guess. Appearances, Connor Chaplin all the way up there. But goals, 14 for Connor Chaplin. Hurst with only 12. Definitely a low mark for him. Assists, no one in double digits, but 9 for Connor Chaplin. Where is Leif Davis? All the way down. Is he even on the team anymore? No, he's not. He's gone to PSG in the winter. Wow. So without Leif Davis, they don't really have the assist group there, but average rating, Ali Al-Hamadi with 7.60, but only 2 off the bench. But still, Wes Burns, Connor Chaplin doing well, 7.29 and 7.11. I mean, you do need a couple more players in the green to get above that 5th place, I would imagine. But still, you're in there. You got the great positioning in the table. Stats-wise for the championship, most goals, Ipswich Town in 3rd place with 92. Not bad. A few shots against in 1st with 317. Most possession. Dribbles made there. Ipswich Town in 3rd with 958. Most tackles, you get 6th place with 1064. Best pass completion out there, and most shots for in 1st, 795. Well above 682's Norwich. So with all of that said and done, let us take a look at this tactic. We start out with a sweeper, keeper, and defend, automatically starting out also with individual and player instructions. So keep that in mind as we go through all this. Wing backs on the left and the right in attack. Ball playing defenders in the attack on the left and the right, and a libero in support in the central spot. Segunda Volantes, as we mentioned earlier, in midfield, attacking midfielder in attack on the left, and then an advanced playmaker on the right in attack, and then an advanced forward in attack up front. Mentality is balanced. In possession, attacking with a standard approach play, pass into space, overlap on the left and the right, focus play down the left and right. Passing directness is shorter, tempo is higher, low crosses in the final third, and run at defense. In transition, counter press, counter, distribute quickly, and roll it out. And then out of possession, a high press line of engagement, much higher defensive line, trigger press much more often, prevent your goalkeeper distribution, and get stuck in. So how did it do for our 3 teams overall? Ipswich Town getting into the playoffs is fantastic. 5th place, again, we've seen them with higher positioning, higher goals, higher points, but getting up into 5th place into the playoff spot is fantastic. From where they went from there, unfortunately, they lost out to Southampton 1-0, but they did very well in the league. And then you get Aston Villa and Liverpool. Liverpool, clear favorites there, clear winners there. 91 points, 94 goals, tops of the league handily. Their cup run just wasn't very good. Aston Villa, on the other hand, their Premier League wasn't very good, but their cup runs were fantastic. So, I mean, I can't say that this was a bad tactic at all or that it just didn't work for these teams. It worked in certain parts. It may not have worked in others, but I think overall, definitely one to take a look at. But that is it for me, Sefian FM, for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.